Hi, my name is Sylvia Tanguma, and my research title is Multitasking and Musicianship, the Correlation Between Them. My research question is, how does being a musician in high school affect the development of a person's ability to task switch? A summary of my research is that I will be focusing on the task switching abilities between musicians and non-musicians. When I went through the first round of IRB, one of the suggestions that was given to me was to take multitasking out and only focus on task switching, because trying to prove that multitasking is real in musicians, even though it's already been proven to be impossible, can cause bias within my research. And so I should try to avoid that. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be focusing on a musician's ability to task switch compared to a non-musician and see who has the better ability. Now, this also changes the way that I will be running my methods. So I'm adding in a new cognitive test, which will change my methods, which I'll explain later. Data sources and help. So to collect my data, I'm going to be using a Google form, which is a questionnaire where I will ask the subjects of the test certain questions to see how their outside lives may affect the brain's ability to task switch and how it may aid them or disable them. Another form of data collection will be a test that I'll perform. And the test is going to be performing simple math equations and then switching to doing reading questions and then switching back to doing math. And I will be timing how long it takes for people to switch between the two tasks and how hard it is for them to switch between them. There will be a survey at the end asking how hard it was. And another form of data will be through other research studies that have already been published. Some help will be my aunt, because she's a child psychologist. She works with children, all types of children. So if I have any questions regarding certain words that I may come across definitions, or maybe just an expert opinion, I can obviously ask her. And also teachers, because teachers work closely with both musicians and non-musicians every day in class. Now for my method. Originally, my method was correlational research, where I would collect data and determine the level of correlation between two variables. Now I'm thinking that my methods may need to be changed to experimental. I'm still debating on this, so I won't go too far into detail with that because that is still up in the air. Now, the significance of my research is basically the gap. So my gap is that there has not been a lot of research on a person's ability to task switch. There's been research on multitasking and that it's not true, but a person's ability to task switch and who's better at it, there's not a lot of research on it. So filling in that gap will help. Also, bringing more awareness to the importance of arts. I know that the arts have been a touchy subject on how much funding they should receive, etc. So bringing light to how important it is will be beneficial in the long run to public schools funding and things like that. And some definitions. So according to the APA, task switching is defined as an executive function that involves the ability to unconsciously shift attention between one task and another. And an assumption that I have to make is that there's a difference between a musician's and a non-musician's ability to task switch. Thank you.